Welcome everybody to this week's edition of SmackTalk. I'm your host, Johnny Stardust. Well, I tell you, this week was another good week, and let me tell you, I'm feeling good about my smacker tees. If you notice, I'm in a little different surrounding. I decided to just treat myself to some fine living. So I'm here at the Hyatt Regency in New York City, just enjoying myself because, you know, I'm on a winning streak and I'm gonna ride it till it's over. Hopefully that will be at the Super Bowl. Now let me tell y'all better be watching my smacker tees because we are coming to win, and we are coming to win it all and take home that coveted trophy. Well, there's a couple of things that I have noticed that have started occurring on the Smack board, and so this week's edition is going to kind of be devoted to these things that are going on the Smack board. It's going to start with this week's power rankings from Coach Pa Stale. Now finally, let me tell you, finally, Coach Pa Stale has got it right, and he's got my smacker tees where they deserve to be. Because, oh, let me tell you, 180 points and a week one scoring record will tend to make you move up. And so I'm finally glad to see that Coach Pa Stale has come to his senses with his power rankings. Now, there is a little rumbling that's going on, mainly because of the mean machine, and Coach Stevens don't seem to be real happy every week with his placement amongst the power rankings. Well, the big decision or the big discussion is over this division debate that I thought I put to rest weeks ago. Folks, let me tell you, the Central Division from top to bottom is definitely our strongest division. Has been for years. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to not mess up and have down weeks, i.e. the mental midgets. It's going to happen, but all in all, the Central Division is going to continue to be the offensive division. They will score points, and mark my word, when it comes playoff time, those are the teams that go to the end. You've got to score points. So Coach Stevens, don't think that just because you won a few measly games that you're going to make it deep in the playoff. In fact, I've done a little research, and the funny thing is, the two teams that are battling for that 8th spot in the playoffs, the Ditch Dogs and my beloved Smacker Tees, those two teams are the highest scoring teams in the league. So let me tell you, first of all, you need to win to get to the playoffs. But once you're there, if you're a high scoring team, you will do very well. So let's talk about this whole discussion of these divisions. Up here in the box, again, I'm putting our totals, and as you can see, with 3,014 total points, the Central Division is prime time. Now, at first, the West was tending to be second, but let me tell you, the West Division has gotten really bad, really bad. And their total points has gone south. And the East has tended to go up, which now has the East at 2,643. Now, let me say something about the East. The East is definitely kind of top heavy. Coach Johnny has really done well and is getting a team ready for the playoffs. But let me tell you, all these numbers are going to really mean nothing at the end because the Central Division is going to blow through those divisions when it comes time for the playoffs. So, let's end this now and move on to more things that need to be talked about. I'm about to stutter because it just upsets me when people talk about something that should have already been decided a long time ago. Now, there's one team I want to discuss about tonight. Well, actually, two teams. The first one is Bruce's Bruisers. He tends to think that he is Mr. Fantasy Team by being on a winning streak. Coach Bruce, you will probably go down in the next few weeks. So just come down off that high horse and calm down. The next team I want to end with is Coach Jimmy and the Swine Slammers. Now, I predicted it. If you saw it on the smack board, you saw Coach Tim and go ahead and say that the Ditch Dogs would go down to the Swine Slammers. Coach Etheridge and the Ditch Dogs have notoriously been known to go down to low cellar dweller teams, and that is exactly what happened. History repeated itself, and Coach Jimmy, I want to say congratulations this week. You earned it. You got a top scoring trophy this week, and you get every bit of the praise and kudos for what you have done this week. But I'm sorry to say it's probably a 1 week deal, and you will probably have to go down. Now, for the rest of you crazy coaches out there in Fantasyland, would you please continue to work, and maybe perhaps someday you will be able to score as much as the Central Division. But until then, hey, let the smack flow.